Hello children, welcome again in my English grammar class. And as you all know, we are studying about or learning about writings. How to write letters, how to write message, how to write notice. We have to be develop these skills because these are very important skills. If you know English, how to speak, you should know how to write in the proper way, in the proper format. So, this is very important chapters we are learning. So, you have to pay attention these videos because these are giving you a lifetime knowledge. Because this will work all time, whether you are in junior classes or in senior classes or you are in any field. So writings is very important part of English grammar. So today in this series, as we have discussed notice writing, message writing and informal letters, how to write. Today we are going to start formal letter, but form of formal letter, but we are going to start with an application. How to write an application? Application means that you apply for something, you are requesting for something, that is why you are writing application. So, application having a format and English grammar, and it can be used in anywhere. If you are supposed to write to your principal for requesting leave, and if you are asking any permission or you want something for, but you have to write in a very formal way. So that we should always remember because this is a form of formal letter, that is why it should be written in a formal way. The sentence which we are using in this application writing should be concise and in a short way. The direct method we will follow because whatever we are going to write, there is no need to write any flowery words. There is no need. You just write your things, what you want. That is in the very simple and concise way. And application, as you all know, you might be following the rules also because if you have studied in the earlier classes that there was also the teacher already had given you some rules or some format of this application writing. So from this video we can revise these all the rules which we have studied earlier and to learn something more about application writing. So first of all I would like to tell you what are application and what are the need of writing application. So let's see. An application is a letter of formal request. You are requesting in a very formal way that we write to people with whom we have formal relationship. You are not supposed to write this application to your mother, father, relatives and friends. You have to write these application to that person from which you are having very formal relations, not very close relation. So this application, this form of application, you have to write from the authorities, only to the authorities, not in the common we can use this. So it is a formal request. Why you are writing this application? Because you are asking something, you are requesting something and it is in the form of formal way. So this is called an application. Now let's discuss about the features of an application. So let's discuss about the form or you can the features of application writing. So now first point of this features of an application, that is an application is form of formal letter. It is in a form of formal letter. It is not an informal letter. It is a form of formal letter. Now the second, the language and tone of the letter are very normal and very short in sentence. We should use in application that very formal tone of words and language should be in a very short way. We should write an application. Now the features of application, the name and address of the person to whom the application is addressed are already given. So these three features, and we are having more features of an application, that these three features we have to see. That first is, this is the formal letter form, and second is your language or our language should be in a very concise, very clear and a very simple way. We are supposed to write in a formal way. And the third one, the address of the person to whom the application is addressed. That address and name should be there in the notice, application. Now next features of an application writing is, unlike in informal letters, a formal letter has a subject which is usually introduced before salutation. Before salutation we have to write the subject. It is not written in the informal letter, but in formal letter we are supposed to use subject before starting the salutation. And the salutation should be in a very formal way. We have to write dear sir or dear madam, or as according to the gender we can write. And the sixth point, that is detail in the body of the letter should be in a concise and in the very relevant way. Whatever we are asking according to the subject, we have to write in a very concise and very relevant way. Not other words can be used in this application. So that we have always keep in our mind whenever we are writing application. Our letter, body of the letter must be absolutely clear and relevant and to the point. So these are more features which I have written on the board. That is, unlike informal letters, a formal letter has a subject which is usually introduced before salutation. And the second thing, the recipient is addressed either by whom you are writing this application. That recipient should be addressed by either sir or madam, or you can say dear sir or dear madam. So these type of the salutation we will use whenever we are writing an application. Now we are moving to last point, the detail in the body. Whenever we are writing the body of the application, then we are supposed to be very cautious about it, because whatever we are writing, we should be in concise way, in a proper way and in a formal way. So that is you can say. And after that you just subscription, whenever you are giving subscription, so you have to give yours faithfully or yours truly. That type of the word you can use, but don't use apostrophe anywhere whenever we are writing yours. So that is the features of an application writing. But first of all, we have to discuss about how to write an application. There is a format that I am going to discuss with you. Now this is the main part of this video, that is the format of an application. That we always keep in our mind, because format of any application, it's give you marks in the examination. So format should be correct. So first of all, whenever we are talking about an application, recipient address and name should be there, or designation should be there. If you are writing this application to your principal, so you have to write to the principal, Army Public School, 39 GTC, this type of the things you will be following. First of all, recipient address. Recipient address. This is the first point of an application. To whom you are writing this application, that name, that person's name and designation, or you can say the address of that particular person we have to mention. First of all, if we are writing to our principal, so we will write the principal. And now here we have to write which institution we are writing. So this is our address, and this is the recipient address to whom you are writing this application. So this recipient address should be at the left corner of the page. Always remember, this recipient address should be at the left corner of the page, at the top of the page. And after that, we will write, after the recipient address, you should leave one line, then write date. So date, whenever you are writing, you should leave one line or two lines over there and then write date. Date should be mentioned in a very proper way. Today is 26, so you will write 26 August 2020. So this format you have to follow. There is no any doubt, no any slashes. If you are writing this, many people are writing this type of the thing in the application. This is totally wrong. Very informal way to write this. So always you just keep in your mind, whenever you are writing application, you have to write the full 26 August. Don't write TH or anything. There is no need to write TH, END. These type of the things is not required in an application writing. 2nd of August, 1st of August. There is no any requirement to whenever you are writing an application. So you have to be very direct. You should write 26 August 2020. There is no any doubt, any comma, anything else. You just write it as straight. Okay. So first we have written recipient address. In recipient address, to whom you are writing application. So if you are, suppose you are writing this application to your principal, you have to write, I have given one example. You can write anywhere. So I have given an example, that is the Principal, Army Public School, 39 GTC, Cant, Varanasi. So this is the address and the person's names. Now we are coming to the next point, that is date. Date should be mentioned in a very proper way, leaving one line. After that you will write date. Now we are moving third point. What we have to always keep in our mind, the third point is subject of the application. Now after that you should leave one line again and then you should write subject. Subject should be mentioned. Suppose leave application. Yeah, application for leave. Okay. So if you want to write sick leave you can write. So it will be in the middle of the page, and after date leave one line, then write sick leave application. This is your subject. On which subject you are supposed to write an application, that should be mentioned after the date. So this is your subject. That is very important part, because whenever the authority is going to read your application, it is very easy that he or she should read first your subject. On which subject you are writing an application. So this is a formal way to write an application. First of all, we have discussed recipient address. Then second point, date. Date should be very clear, and subject. After that, subject. Subject, sick leave application. I'm just giving an example, sick leave application. Now we are moving to next point. What is our next point? Our next point is salutation. Salutation. This is also very important point whenever we are writing application to anyone. So we have to be salute. We have to be give a salutation. So as we have discussed in the features of application, that what we have discussed, dear sir or ma'am, or to ma'am or dear ma'am. So dear sir. So here in salutation we are supposed to write dear madam. So you are not supposed to put any comma or anything. There is no need to write anything. Only dear ma'am or dear sir. So this is called salutation. To whom you are writing this application, you are going to give your wishes first. Then we are moving to the body of an application. What we are supposed to write in the body of the application. First of all, we should understand that whenever we are writing an application, it is according to the subject. On which subject we are writing letter, we have to give a very clear picture in the body also. So body should be in clear, in thought. Whatever you are writing, there is no use of, you should not use any flowery word inside this application, because this is you are writing in a very formal way. That is why there is no need to write more than which is not required to write. So now dear sir, madams, dear sir, or it is depend on the authority. You can write dear sir, dear madam, or sir or madam. You can write in the salutation. After salutation, without leaving any line, you just start from the body of an application. What you are will like in body of the letter, or you can say application. So you will start with, I would like to state this. So this way you will start your application, and after that you will write the subscription. Subscription will be there. So here you will write your obediently, because you are writing to your principal or your high authority. That is why your obediently, yours faithfully, you can write. Now after that, your name, write your name, class and section. If you are writing an application to your principal, so you will write your name, class and section. So this is the format of application writing. You just go through it. First of all, you should remember recipient address, and then leave one line, then write date, then leave one line, then write subject, and then leave one line salutation, and after salutation You should not leave any line. You just start from the next line and all the things you will write like this. And after that, subscription, your obediently, and write your name and signature will be there. So this way you can write an application properly. This is the format of application. So let's go through this, and we are moving to solve some examples on the basis of this format. So let's start solving the examples. Now I am writing one example, or we are going to write an application on that. So this is write an application to avail school transport for a transport facility for a week. So this is your question, or you can say this is example, and you will write this question in one page, and we are going to write an application on that. First of all, write down this question in one page, and we are going to write this application on the next page. So just write down. So start writing an application. Format I have already given. So we will start writing. How to write application? At the left of the corner, you will write the principal. The principal, first of all. Then army school. So one thing I would like to mention, so this you always keep it in mind whenever you are writing the principal. So principal, the P of the principal will always in capital. Otherwise, many children are writing application, they always writing P small. So this you always keep in your mind. Whenever you are writing an application to your principal, always P will be capital over there. And then we will write this army public school. So first thing you just mention, A will be capital, and then P will be capital, and S will be capital. So don't write any small letter. Don't start the name of the school in a small letter. Always start with the capital letter. So Army Public School, 39 GTC, Kent, Varanasi. So this we have to write. And after that, what we will do? Leave one line. All the writing part will be start from the left corner. So always remember, recipient address should be at the left corner of the page. So at the top of the left corner you will write the recipient address, and then leave one line, then write date. You will write 26 August 2020. And after that, date, you will not going to add any comma, full stop or anything else. Always you should write 26 August 2020. There is no, this way you are not going to write. So this is totally incorrect. So always You have to mention all the things in a proper way because this is your application. So after that you will write, after date you will write subject. Subject, what is your subject? Subject is request for permission to avail transport facility for a week. This you will write as a subject. Now after writing the subject, salutation will be there. So if your principal is female, so you will write dear madam. If your principal is male, so you will write dear sir. So after that we will write dear madam. After subject, leave one line, then write dear madam and no comma, nothing else. Okay, don't put any comma over there, it is wrong. So only write dear madam, and after that you just start writing your main body of the application. So this you have to always remember. After writing this dear madam salutation, you will start the main body of the application because you have already mentioned over here your subject. So there is no need to write it again and again. So you will start your main body of an application right now. So I would like to state that due to leg injury I have been advised by the doctor to avoid walking for a week. Now, however, my unit test are due next week, and I am unwilling to miss my school. So this much you just write down, and we are going to remove this, then we will write next part. So first of all, write recipient address, then leave one line, date, and then subject, and then leave one line, salutation, and the main body you are going to start. Now write down or take a screenshot also. Now after that, we will continue this application. I will be grateful that if you kindly grant me the permission to avail transport facility for a week. The date should be mentioned from 29th August to 1 week. You should mention 3rd September 2020. So here yours, after that you will write yours obediently, and here you will write your name and your class. So this way we have to write an application to our principal for availing transport facility for a week. So first of all, what we have written? We have written recipient address, your principal designation, and then the address of your school. Then you have just leave one line, then you have written a date, then one line you have left, and then you have written subject, and then after that salutation, and after salutation you have written main body of the letter or an application. So that you have always keep in your mind. Whenever you are starting an application, you should have write, or you should have start all the letters with capital. Whenever you are writing a word, the principal, so you are always start with T capital, and principal P always be capital. And Army Public School, A, P and S will be capital letter. Then we will start all the things. So this letter, I will be grateful if you kindly grant me the permission to avail transport facility for a week from 29th August to 3rd September 2020. Yours obediently, this. So this way we have completed this application, and practice it, and in the next video we will also do more application writing. So that's all for today. Have a good day.